So just allowing the body to relax, either on a bed or the floor, or in a sitting up position. Just listening into whatever is here, coming and going. No aim, no objective, just this gentle dropping in, as though there was music being played. And just allowing the breath to be how it is, but tuning in, perhaps placing a hand on the belly, the lower belly, and just connecting in with the breath moving down through the nostrils, back of the throat, chest, feeling the movement of the ribs all the way down. And on the out breath, just seeing if you can let that out breath be nice and slow. Just soft, slow breathing out. And that our intention for this body scan is really to allow whatever arises to arise. That we give up the fight of trying to stop thoughts. Thoughts will just naturally come and go. So that's okay. Emotions may also come up, and we can just allow them to be, perhaps naming them, perhaps not. And we may notice discomfort in the body. And again, just seeing if we can move into this place of acceptance that this is just our present moment experience. How lovely not to try and control the experience we're having, but instead just to allow it all. And that if you ever get lost in the middle of this meditation, you can always just come back to that breath as an anchor. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing you back to this present moment, back to this body and out of the scattered mind. becoming aware of the body lying there, just feeling into the areas where you can feel the body touching the floor, heels, calves, backs of legs, up through the back, shoulders, down the arms, hands perhaps, sense of the neck, the head, and just noticing if anything is working hard. And just seeing if you can let it just do less. Just like a tight fist, slowly just letting go and opening up on the out breath. With kindly curiosity, now just turning towards the face, and specifically the eyes. And just noticing how the eyes are feeling right now. And perhaps you can just allow those eyes to soften. So softening the gaze, even if you have your eyes closed. And just checking in with the muscles around the eyes. Perhaps feeling a sense of dropping back. An awareness of the forehead. Just feeling what is there right now. Feeling down into the cheekbones, the cheeks, dropping back, melting. Making contact with the breath in the nostrils, following the breath all the way in, all the way out. Noticing how the lips are placed. Noticing inside the mouth. How is the tongue? Having an awareness of the tongue all the way down to the root. The gums, teeth. And turning now towards the ears. And the area around the ears. How is the jaw? And perhaps unhinging, letting the jaw do less, drop back. and exploring the sensations in the scalp, feeling the weight of the head. Could those neck muscles relax just a little bit more? Really exploring all the way around the head, the hairline, around the ears, the nape of the neck. Really awake to what the body feels like in this moment to moment experience. And allowing it to be just as it is. And now becoming aware of the back of the neck, seeing if you can connect in with each of the bones and the muscles that go down the neck, into the shoulders, into the back. An awareness of the sides of the neck. Do both sides feel the same, or are they different? And how is the front of the neck? And how is the throat inside? Is there any sense of the breath moving in and out? And allowing that to fade in the mind's eye as you become aware of the shoulders. So the tops of the shoulders, noticing if there's any tightness or tension there. The edges of the shoulders. And moving down the back, becoming aware of the shoulder blades. Perhaps noticing a subtle movement as you breathe in, breathe out. And if there is tension, perhaps just allowing it to be. See if you can resist the desire to fix it or to want a different experience. So lowering resistance to what is here in the body right now. And instead, with curiosity, explore what it feels like. Maybe it feels relaxed. Maybe it's quite neutral. Maybe there's throbbing, tightness, tingling. Just see if you can really place your attention on it. Befriending the body in this moment. And then when you're ready, starting to move down through the middle back. Perhaps a sense of the back spreading on the floor or the bed. Noticing ribs. Down through the spine, muscles, sinews, down until you become aware of the lower back. Again, this can be an area where tension, emotions are held. Just see if you can send your breath into any areas of tightness. Giving your body all the attention that it's asking for. Allowing the breath to be soothing to the body. Moving down into the coccyx. And then down into the hips. Let's just go for the moment into the right hip. So the hip can be felt on the outside. Sense of clothing, warmth, coolness, touch. But we can also explore the hip from the inside, noticing any tightness or tension there. Again, hips can be another area that holds emotion, holds tightness. So this is really an invitation to do less. Let the ground or the bed beneath you just hold you. That muscle can just, that joint can just do less there. You may feel the bottom there lying, the right buttock, just allowing that to do less, to drop back. And allowing that to fade from the mind's eye as we start to move down very slowly through the upper leg on the right hand side, just the back. Perhaps exploring the sense of clothing, or noticing the muscle. down into the back of the knee, the crease, perhaps noticing the sides of the knee as well. And tuning in to see if there's any sense of the knee joint. And just allowing that to fade. Just checking in to see how the breath is for a moment. So breathing, following it all the way in and all the way out. Noticing if an aim has crept in. I want to be relaxed, or I want a noise to stop, or I want something other than this experience. And just if you can allow that to be. Yes, there is resistance here. Now returning again to the leg and feeling the leg on the right hand side, the calf muscle, the sides of the lower leg. Noticing where the leg touches the floor, where it doesn't. Moving down slowly into the ankle. Again, the back, the sides, but also inside that joint. Noticing how the foot is placed. Dropping down into the heel. Noticing any pressure from the feet. And beginning to connect with the sole of the right foot. Really getting curious with the sensations there. Any sense of the arch, the sides. Becoming aware of where the sole of the foot, where it starts to become the toes. And just seeing if you can connect with each toe in turn. The tops of the toes. And returning back up the foot. Feeling the top of the foot. Now moving up to the top of the ankle, perhaps a sense of a sock or a trouser there. Coming up through the shin, really feeling in to what is there. And tops of the knees. And then up again to the thigh. Up into the groin. And then just noticing for a moment if there's any difference between the right leg and the left leg. And then just allowing that right leg to float out of your awareness as you become aware of the left buttock, sensing into where it's touching the floor of the bed. Perhaps moving into the hip joint. And again, from the outside, sense of clothing or blanket, but also on the inside. Perhaps noticing if it feels different to the right. And then down into the back of the leg. Feeling the weight of that leg. Again, awareness of where it's touching the ground and where it isn't. And then down to the knee, the back of the knee. The sides of the knee on the outside. And the knee joint. And again, just checking in to see if there's any efforting going on, any trying, some sort of aim or objective that has appeared. And just seeing if you can let that go, that we really are just practicing being the observer of our experience. Noticing if there's any aversion to some areas of the body, or stories, or even release of emotion when we come to a certain area of the body. And just seeing if that can just unfold and allow it to be, but without getting caught up in it. And then choosing to come back to the sense of the body lying here in this moment. Perhaps becoming aware of the lower leg on the left-hand side. The weight, the pressure, and then down into the heel, becoming aware also of the ankle, the outsides, inside the ankle joint, dropping further down into the foot. Heel becomes sole of foot. And then again connecting with each toe in turn. Feeling the tops of the toes. And then again returning up back through the leg. Top of the foot becomes ankle, becomes shin, becoming aware of the knee, and then up through the thigh, the tops of the thigh, the sides, and also the thigh muscle. Could it do less? Now for a moment, just an awareness of the whole of the lower part of the body and how it feels right now. Perhaps reflecting on how this has happened through a process of quiet, curious examination. Body sensations can change. And then letting that go from the mind's eye as you become aware of the abdomen, so the lower belly. feeling the breath moving in, how the breath moves the body, a gentle massage to and fro. We'll just rest our attention here for a few breaths. And then starting to explore the belly as a whole. So around the edges, all the way up to where it meets the sternum. So just below the rib cage, an area where you may be able to feel the breath moving, and also an area that can often get knotted and tight when we're in anxiety or stress mode. So just again, spending some time breathing into that area, breathing out. Also exploring the sides, the middle, and also having an awareness of the sides of the body, of the torso, the edges, where we end and the room begins. Moving up through the ribs, the sternum, as we become aware of the chest area. Is there any sense of the heart beating? Can it be felt anywhere else in the body apart from the chest? Are there any emotions here? And can we just allow ourselves to feel them without needing them to go away or be different? No need to fix or change, simply exploring them as our moment to moment experience. Breathing into the chest and letting go on the out breath. Becoming aware of the armpits and the shoulders again, as we now drop down through both arms at the same time. Perhaps an awareness of the weight of the arms. Down through elbows. Feeling the forearms where they touch. Inside the forearms. Moving into wrists. Perhaps any awareness of watches or jewelry, but also inside the wrists. A sense of the hands, the backs of the hands. And then again, moving between all the different thumbs and fingers. Just seeing if you can connect with each one. And then when you're ready, moving into the palms of the hands. Noticing perhaps temperature. Perhaps a sense of tingling, aliveness. This very alive body. And perhaps feeling this sense of aliveness in more than just the hands. Perhaps in the arms as well, or the back, the torso. Perhaps there's a sense of aliveness in the face, in the legs, in the feet. An awareness that body is always moving, heart beating, chest moving, ribs, breath, and all the other tiny little sensations that we can feel in our bellies. Sensations of hair moving, muscles tensing and relaxing, all moving, all changing. And now just lying there with a sense of the whole of the body connected, allowing the breath to move all the way in, all the way out. And now just for a few moments, just lying there, just connected with the breath. Allowing sounds, thoughts, sensations to just come and go. And perhaps now just focusing for a moment on sound again. And then I invite you to take a deep breath in as though you're sending it all the way down to the feet. And on the out breath, breathing back out. And again, just doing those 2 or 3 times in your own time, breathing in deep all the way down as though you're rolling the breath like a wave, all the way down to the tips of your toes. And on the out breath, all the way back up. And now just gently, if you feel right, to just roll over onto the right side, curl up. Just allow yourself to rest there for a moment. And then gently, just with your hands, very, very gently, just bringing yourself up and starting to move the body in whichever way you feel it needs to just be nourished in these last few moments.